First aid fast, broken bones and sprains, what to do. Always have a first aid kit at home and in your vehicle. For serious injuries such as head, neck, back, and any that involve a broken bone sticking out like these x-rays here, do not move the individual. Seek medical attention immediately. Call 911. If it is a bone sticking out through the skin, apply constant pressure. Apply constant pressure with a clean gauze pad or thick cloth and keep the person lying down until help arrives. Do not wash the wound or push the bone or any part of the bone that is sticking out back in. If you don't have gauze or first aid kit, try to find a clean cloth or shirt to apply pressure. Less serious injuries stabilize injury as soon as it happens by following these steps. Remove clothing from around the injured part. Don't force a limb out of the clothing though. You may need to cut clothing off with scissors, like such. Apply a cold compress or ice pack wrapped in cloth. Do not apply it directly to the skin. I'm just going to use the part of the shirt that I cut off here. Place a makeshift splint on the injured part by keeping the injured limb in the position you find it. Placing soft padding around the injured part. And use gauze here for the soft padding. Place something firm like a board or rolled up newspaper next to the injured part on each side, making sure that it goes past the joint above and below the spot of injury. Keep the splint in place with first aid tape, or you can use rolled gauze here to hold it in place. Tight enough that it stays and doesn't move, but not too tight to cut off circulation. Seek medical care and do not allow the injured party to eat in case surgery is needed. For a sprain, wrap it in an ace bandage like so. Ensure to keep it loose so that you don't cut off circulation, but not too loose so that it supports the injury. And then be sure to rice, rest, ice compress, and elevate, and always ensure to elevates above the hearts. If the swelling and bruising does not go down in 24 hours, seek medical attention.